So guys, let's start today reverse of single linked list. So how I am going to reverse the single linked list? So here I have inserted 3, 5, 7 and in my list, and my list object is from A. So here is my list, and here A, B, C, D are the virtual addresses of my nodes, and the first address is stored inside the head. So if I got the head, I can access whole the list. So here a dot display to display 3578 the list in that manner. And now I am calling the reverse function which I have created here inside the SLL class. In singly linked list class I have created a reverse function. Now when a dot reverse is called, after that in the next line I am printing the reversed list. So just I have to create the reverse logic in that a dot reverse function. So for that I am going to create three pointers of node. One is temporary, that means current, that is the node where we store our head, or the first address of the first node is stored in that temporary. Now the previous of that temporary is null. Why it is null? Because there is nothing. There is nothing. I'm writing small n as null. There is nothing inside that previous, because before that node there is nothing. So that's why I'm added here previous is equals to null. Temp is equals to, I am writing here as a. Temp is equals to a. Why? Because the temporary node consists the address of the first. So that's why I'm adding the address of first node in the temporary, and the next, here the name of that is next node. I'm writing here next node, and it contains the next address, that is b. Okay, temp comma star previous comma star next node. Okay, so next time. Now what I am going to do, this is null, so I have to reverse that list. That means here is the head. Now the head is go in that side, so I am drawing here a head in this side. So here is the small head. Okay, so this side points to this points to this points to this, and this points to this. Now it points anything, that means this thing is null. Okay, so every time I am doing a single thing, I am adding the thing which is present inside the null inside the last node. So null is added here. Okay, now when the null is added here, if I want to connect that A to B, then I have to add A here. To add A, I am not adding direct temp here. I am adding that temp to that previous. What I am going to do, I am adding that temp to the previous, and that next n to the temp. And after that next n, I am adding the next of the next 10 inside the next 10. Okay, so why I'm doing this? Because when, if you doing this thing, so you can lost the data before you are doing it. Suppose if I am adding here null, that means that b is get lost, you can't access this b. So that's why I'm adding a null, but before adding that null I am storing that b here in the next. Okay, do you understand? So for that, what I have to do, I have to first initialize our. So I am initializing previous is equals to null, then temporary is equals to head, that is a, our first node, and next n is equals to temp of next, that is b. Okay, now I am calling here while loop. So I have to go up to the end. Up to the end means where temp is equals to 1. First temp is a, first node. then temp is going to B, then C, then D, and after that I have to stop. So go loop, I have to do the looping up to temp is not equal to null. When the temp is null, I have to stop the loop. Okay. Now here what I am going to do, I am adding the previous to the temp of next. Okay. So temp of next is equals to previous. Okay. So what it do, our previous is added into temp of next. Now this A I have to add into previous. So previous is equals to temp. After that, temp is equals to next n. Okay. So this temp should be modified with next n, and that next n is modified with its next. So next n is equals to next n of next. Okay. Now what happens every time when previous this is get modified? Then what happens? Previous is equals to a. Okay. Previous is equals to a. What where I am doing that? Previous is equals to a. Then a is equals to, that means temp is equals to b, and next n is equals to c. Then after that, when the loop is start, a of next is added as b. That means a of next. A of next. No, 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 no. Here it's A, but now it's modified as in B. So B of next is added with previous, that is A. Do you understand? That temp of next equal to previous. So here A of next has a null. After that A is temp is modified with B. Now B of next is equals to previous, that is A. Now after that temp is modified with C, then C of next is equals to previous. What is the previous? B. Then similarly in that manner it goes, and finally head. After the loop completed, after the completion of the loop, I have to add previous is equals to head. Okay. So this makes the linked list reverse, but there is one problem. What is the problem? When I am going to modify everything in that step by step, one by one, one by one, how I am going to modify? Previous is added here. Okay. Now after that, that A is added here, that B is added here, that C is added here. So when it is null, when temp is null, then what should next and added? So it gives the problem. So that's why what we have to do, we have to start this next n with the head, and that thing I have to do first instead of last. So I am doing this thing first. Okay. Do you understand? Because I will show you. I will show. As per the previous logic, what happens? So listen. As per this logic, what happens? I am here every time I am modifying that A, B, C, D. So I have to write here previous as in P, temp as in T, and next then as an N. Okay. Otherwise, I will take okay that thing. So I am writing here previous, then temp, and then next N. Okay. So what happens? Previous is initially null. Temp is A. Next N is B. Now what I am going to do, every time when the loop is happens, I am adding that N inside the next. So what is the A of next is N, and that null is get vanished from here, and here comes A, here comes B, and here comes C. Now same thing happens. The temp of next is modified with previous. B of next is modified with A. So that is A previously attached. So again it is B, it's C, it's D. Now what happens? temp of next is modified with b. So c of next is modified with b. That means it attached to this thing. Okay, here is the link is happened. Now after this thing, next 10 modifies as a null. Okay, now this is our d and this is our c. Now temp is not equal to null, temp is d. Okay, so what happens? Previous is equals to c. So d of next is modified with c. So this link is happens. Okay, and after modification it becomes d, it becomes null, and now here is the problem that null of next is not available and our code is not working at that point. Why? Because view can't modify that next enough null. Okay, so that's why what I have to do, I have to take that null as a previous one step previous. I am making here. What I have to make here? I have to make here head. Then this thing I am going to, because this is doing initially in outside our loop, we are going to head of next, we are going initially before the loop is starting. Now I am doing same thing inside the loop, and instead of last thing I have to do it first, so the linked list is reversed properly. Okay, and finally previous is head is modified with the previous. What I have to do, I have to modify head is modified with previous. Now 3578 is our inserted list. Now how it display after the reverse a dot display? So execute, compile and run. So what it shows, we can see. So you can see here that it shows 3578875 Okay, so this is our initial list and this is list after modifying. Okay, 8753. So that's it. But this method is the iterative method. We are doing that all by the iterations. We are doing the same thing using recursion in the next lecture. So thank you for